Embracer Group to raise $890 million for acquisitions and investments. Sony and RTS to acquire 𝗍𝐻, and TSM announced an all-woman Valorant roster. All that and more on This Week in Esports for March 15th through March 21st, brought to you by 𝗬𝗏. I'm your host, 𝗪𝗏𝗫, and let's get right into it. For our first top 3 story, Embracer Group are going to raise $890 million for acquisitions and investments. The parent company of THQ Nordic and Koch Media has issued 36 million new Class B shares at $24.71 per share USD. The process is expected to raise around $893.9 million US, which will be used to further strengthen the company's financial position and, of course, continue its ongoing acquisition strategy. Embracer Group said it is looking to acquire new publishers, developers, and other assets, the latter potentially meaning more IP, having purchased the rights to dozens of games and franchises in the past. My thoughts here, raises like this are monumental to the gaming industry. Not too many gaming companies raised over $100 million, so this is huge for Embracer. In 2019 and in 2020, Embracer Group made 10 total acquisitions, with most being in 2019, and focused on studios more than any other type of company, with their company increasing total game development projects 56% and total number of employees 93% from 2019 to 2020. It shows great growth for the company. Looking a bit deeper, Embracer is also heavily involved in the European and American markets, but they've yet to tap into the LATAM or Asia markets, so this is something I could see them diving into deeper as far as studio acquisitions. They also have over 190 franchises such as Saints Row, Goat Simulator, Dead Island, World War Z, and more, so they have lots of room to work with regardless of their platform or the region. Sony and RTS are going to acquire 𝗍𝐻, which is the leading annual fighting game tournament brand. It's been acquired by both of those through a joint venture partnership. The new group will present 𝗍𝐻 2021 online later this year, the first fully online 𝗍𝐻 event since the cancellation of 𝗍𝐻 2020 last year. While Sony owns a PlayStation platform on which many actual fighting games are played, 𝗍𝐻's Mark Julio confirmed that the tournament will continue to offer events across a variety of gaming platforms. 𝗍𝐻 co-founders Tony and Tom Cannon will remain involved in the tournament brand as key advisors. My thoughts here, this is interesting because while it does seem like a decent move on the surface level, many in the fighting games community actually argue this is not good, given Sony will remove Smash, a Nintendo game, from 𝗍𝐻. At the current moment, the participants can compete in 𝗪𝗍 𝗪 and PS4 and PS5, Mortal Kombat 11, PS4 and PS5, Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition for PS4, PS5, and PC, and Tekken 7, which shows that Smash has already been removed, which is an integral part of 𝗍𝐻. Many fans on social media are commenting about how there are only 4 games and that there's a much more corporate feel to this company now that they've been acquired. Given the extra funding, higher quality tournaments will happen. It's just a matter of what games they happen for that is under contention. And last but not least, TSM, they announced an all-woman Valorant roster. The new squad consists of 𝗂𝐿𝐴 𝗏𝐿𝑎𝑟𝑜, 𝗂𝐿𝐴 𝗏𝐿𝐴𝑟𝑜, 𝗪𝐸 𝗪𝐸 𝗂𝐿𝐴 𝗂𝐿𝐴, and Myrna Athena Norelden will compete in Valorant's Champion Tour Game Changer Series, a new competition initiative launched by Valorant Games to promote a high level of competition opportunities to marginalized genders. TSM also shared quotes from representatives of its brand partners, including Cadillac, Lenovo, and Logitech G, showing support for the new squad. TSM is among other teams like Evil Geniuses and Cloud9 to have women in their Valorant rosters, with teams like Dignitas and CLG having women in their other esports rosters. My thoughts on this is overall a win-win for both TSM and the women that are part of the squad. For me though, what's more important is just getting more women to the top level of esports, and I think this is a great way to do it, whether that be in a mixed or all-women roster. I do hope we see women competing against other men in esports rather than just all men or all women tournaments, as video games are one of the few activities that doesn't have a large difference between men and women. Additionally, I want to give some shout outs to folks like Aaron Ashley Simon, 𝗏𝗏𝗏, and Nicole 𝗏𝗏𝗏 for being advocates for women in the space. For partnerships, NRG and Hot Pockets partner up, which is the largest sponsorship deal for NRG esports ever. The partnership will span the organization's streamer and esports side, which also includes naming rights for NRG's 20,000 square foot, $10 million content castle creative studio. Jersey branding for NRG pro teams as well will be included with digital and social content. CLG partnered with Bud Light. Bud Light has been named as the presenting partner for all of CLG League of Legends LCS virtual viewing parties. Both entities will launch the Bud Light streaming studio and installation situated at CLG's Performance Center, which will serve as the backdrop during players and influencers live streams. For lots of finance and M&A this week, Israeli high-performance computing platform Incredibuild raised $140 million in their round. The Tel Aviv-based company was acquired by Israeli private equity fund 𝗪𝗏𝗡𝗏 Capital in 2018. With this new source of funding, it plans to expand its operations to the United States. The esports betting platform Luckbox raised $17.8 million in a private placement raise led by 𝗪𝗏𝗏 Securities. As per the release, the investment will use on their existing team, scaling user acquisition, and working to position themselves to capitalize on opportunities in the gaming and esports space. German studio Stratosphere Games raised $2.5 million. The firm received a seven-figure seed investment from US-based 𝗧𝗪 Fund, which specializes in financing online companies. They also received $1.21 million from German Games Fund, specifically towards the development of its upcoming mobile strategy game, currently codenamed Project 𝗪cie. The esports org Andbox received an investment from Kevin Durant and Rich Kleinman via the 𝗪five_Ventures. Durant and Kleinman will join Andbox as investors and creative partners according to the release. Durant and 𝗪five will be active partners across different initiatives for Andbox, including the creation of new entertainment content and the design of new merchandise solutions. The in-game platform Overwolf raised $52.5 million in their Series C, co-led by Griffin Gaming Partners and Insight Partners, with participation from further investors including Ubisoft, Warner Music Group, Meg Whitman of 𝗪𝗏𝐺, 𝗪𝗏𝘄 of 𝗔_G, and existing investors like Marker, Intel Capital, and Liberty Media. The investment round brings Overwolf's total capital raised to more than $75 million. Enthusiast Gaming are set to acquire strategy guide firm Icy Veins for $8.3 million. Enthusiast generated approximately $2.4 million in ad revenue from the platform last year, with 75% being paid towards Icy Veins owners. The gaming wager platform 1v1me raised $2 million in their pre-seed round. Investors include On Deck, Angel List Access Fund, Sterling VC, Lightshed Ventures, Better Capital, and many other individuals. The cloud gaming tech company Ubitus received a $45 million investment from folks like Tencent, Sony Innovation Fund, Square Enix, and Actos. Bloomberg talked to a source close to the matter and reported that investors put about $45 million in at a valuation of less than $400 million. As far as workforce changes go, Allie Long joins Queen's Gaming Collective as a strategic advisor. Allie Long is a 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup winner and will collaborate with Queen's Gaming Collective's roster of creators, streamers, and competitors to help develop their gaming brands and businesses. Victoria Horsley joins Riot Games in the League Operations Global Competitive Team under Valorant. Prior to joining Riot, Victoria was at Unified Esports Association as the chief officer, where she led production, events, game licensing, and all collegiate programming at the organization. Previously, she served for more than a year as a president of the Unified Collegiate Esports Association and more than a year at the National Association of Collegiate Esports as the director of events and marketing. Jourdan Kirby and Jake Amodio joined CSL Esports as the business development manager and the client services coordinator, respectively. Kirby will be responsible for cultivating and maintaining business relationships with new and existing clients, and also finding new potential opportunities to grow CSL Esports. Amodio will assist in CSL Esports client services team in relationship management, revenue and business development, and also research and analysis. As far as new stuff goes, FaZe Clan joined the competitive Rocket League scene by signing the North American team, the Peeps, during the Verizon 5G Ultra Cup. With FaZe's entry into Rocket League, it now fields 9 competitive teams in the esports organization. The gaming record label OFFMETA was launched. The company aims to serve as a one-stop licensing solution, developing artist integrations for broadcast and content with a focus on gaming, esports, and digital culture. The company is led by former Universal Music product manager Janus Wenderholm, who serves as the label head, and Lynn Rindvig in the role of director of partnerships. Rindvig previously worked as an artist manager and was featured in the Forbes Europe 30 Under 30 in 2020 for her work in the music space. The London-based esports consultancy group 𝗪𝗏 was launched. The agency looks to help gaming companies turn investments into stable businesses, provide organizational design and interim operational support, while also helping brands activate in gaming with accurate data and measurable results. 𝗪𝗏 was co-founded by Duncan McGonigal, previously Chief Revenue Officer of Minute Media, Benjamin Brown, the former Global Partnership Lead at Spotify, as well as Chris Jourdan and Charlie Stebbings, who co-founded the esports executive search practice at SRI. ESL UK added Wild Rift to their Premiership title. The one-off tournament known as ESL Wild Rift Premiership will see teams from the UK, Ireland, and the Nordics compete in one of the first Wild Rift tournaments for the region, with £5,000 in the prize pool. The Chipotle Challenger Series 2021 launched, with this being the first of a series of Fortnite duel competitions that were run throughout 2021, starting with the spring qualifier kicking off later in March. Chipotle says that in 2021, a total of $160,000 will be up for grabs. Logitech has also partnered with Chipotle to give away another $100,000 in prizes as well. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Credit to Esports Insider, the Esports Observer, Synopsis Esports, Dexerto, Games Industry Biz, as well as the orgs and authors themselves for providing the images and press releases. If you could tag someone in the comment section who would find this useful, I would greatly appreciate it, and thank you once again. Have a wonderful day.